right now, I got a very special guest in the studio. I'm joined by WOMR's own Motley James, host of the Southern Roots program on Friday mornings. Motley James, thanks for stopping in, man.
Hey, well, thanks for having me in here, Mike. You're road tripping, and I'm Southern Rooting, and here we are.
There you go.
All the way out to the North Point.
Yes, absolutely. And I wanted you to come in and talk about this show that you're doing on Sunday, I believe, Sunday, May 17th at Thacher Hall in Yarmouthport, right?
That's right. It's this coming Sunday, 7 p.m. at Thacher Hall, which for those of you who aren't familiar with Thacher Hall, it's kind of on the Old Kings Highway 6A in Yarmouthport, and it's an old church. It was built in, I think, 1870s, so it's just wonderful, like a small cathedral. The acoustics are fantastic,
right.
And the group that runs it, this nonprofit now, Thacher Hall, has just restored it to its glory. They've even restored the old organ, the pipe organ. So it's a wonderful place for music of any kind, and we're going to bring the Dylan vibes.
All right, so Thacher does Dylan, a birthday tribute to the songs of Bob Dylan, and you've been kind of on a Dylan roll, man. I mean, the last time you were in, you were talking about a Dylan show that you did as a promo for, or a benefit for WOMR, right? How did that go?
That's right. Well, that was wonderful. That was a sellout. We had a great group, a slightly different lineup than some of the same folks were on that show, and that's about a year ago.
Yeah.
And it was just the idea of like, well, I want to do a kind of produce sort of a showcase, kind of bring songwriters together, bring people together. And so this year we've got a slightly different roundup, but that went really well, and we're hoping for a good turnout Sunday night. In fact, I want to do when we get finished here, we'll offer a pair of tickets for a lucky caller to come in and join us. Tickets will be probably on sale at the door, and they're available at the Thacher website. But so this year's lineup, returning from last year's show, is Bodie Corona is going to join us, and he's a young songwriter. He just finished his first year of college, so we're kind of having the generational continuum, starting him on the younger end. Derek Dibburn, who's another really busy and really talented songwriter singer. You can see him around the Cape a lot. Kathleen Healy, same thing, a well-accomplished songwriter. And my terrestrial self, Jim Nosler, will be introducing songs and singing a few of my favorites. Okay. And then for rhythm section, we've got the father and son team, the legendary Carl Hoyt and Joe Hoyt on drums. Carl on bass and Joe on drums. So Carl has kind of retired. He's like he's played everywhere all the time forever on the Cape, and he's kind of more or less stepped back from it. But this is another kind of fun thing about these shows, is that we can kind of bring them out for one night, for one time.
Right.
And so, and also that last show, the first show a year ago, was really focused on the early Dylan, kind of from the new movie, and kind of went through the Turning Electric. We're kind of starting at that point now.
Okay.
And we've got a little bit from sort of the gospel era.
Okay.
This is the 60th, happens to be that this year is the 60th anniversary of the release of Blonde on Blonde.
Wow.
So we got a couple from Blonde on Blonde in there, and
time
so
flies,
forth. But
brother. That's crazy.
yeah, but anyway, it's fun. It's really fun to prepare for these, because people are meeting each other at band practice for one, and we're saying, well, I really can't get that Bob Dylan vibe. It's like, well, we're not really looking for the Bob Dylan. We're looking for the heart of the song and our own vibe, and so that's what we kind of bring together. And so it's just been a lot of fun for me and for all of us.
Right. And so the birthday, it's Bob Dylan's birthday, is that right?
Yeah, I think his birthday is the 20th of May, and this is as close as we could get. So we thought, well, it'd be a birthday nod to Bob. And
right. And what is he, 85?
83, 84, yeah. He's certainly getting up there, and just is unstoppable. I don't think he's taken a month off the road in 30 years.
I know, amazing. He's the Energizer Bunny. I think I asked you this the last time you were here, but I'm going to ask you again, because I think it's an important question. As a singer-songwriter yourself, and of a certain age, that for me, growing up in a certain time in American history and experiencing the songs of Bob Dylan during that time, it was really sort of an inspirational, moment in my life. I'm sure it was in yours, but you're the singer-songwriter. What did experiencing that type of Dylan fever back in those days do for you as a musician?
Well, thinking as a songwriter, kind of the structure of the songs, it's a lot of times people say, there's got to be a lyrical hook, one thing that's the money of the song, that makes a song. He just has this theme, and he'll get it. Like one of the songs we're doing this time is called Not Dark Yet. Right. And so that hook of the song is it's not dark yet, but it's getting there. And it's kind of a social commentary, a romantic commentary. It's so generic that you can apply, a good song, you can apply the feeling and the intention to different parts of life and society, and bringing that kind of a nuance to songwriting has influenced me as a songwriter and just as an interpreter of songs. Right. And so we like to bring the message. Somebody said, well, play the protest songs. Well, if you listen, careful long enough, they're all protest songs in a way. Yeah. And they're all love songs in a way. That's kind of the beauty of that skill that we don't take for granted, and some of us don't even notice. But.
Right. So, are you the primary vocalist on this show, or are you going to share that duty with some of your bandmates?
Oh yeah, we take turns. That's kind of we start the process of it is we kind of recruit who's going to be available and who can do it. Start with that.
Yeah.
And then, what are your favorite songs? What songs are you thinking? And Bodie came up with some different songs, and I said, well, what about Girl from the North Country? Can you bring that one back? And he's like, okay, yeah, I can do North Country. Well, now we've rehearsed that. It's really come a long way, and just in terms of the arrangement, his emotional attachment with the song, he's really bringing. And I think one day you're going to be famous for that song, or that song's going to be famous for you, because he really brings a different touch to it. And but yeah, we kind of pick them out, and then we try to mix them up so we don't play the same chords, the same tempo, 3 songs in a row, and kind of mix and match for tempo and just the general feel of the song. And that'll be that's I guess what I do as a producer is by this weekend I'll have it lined out. Okay, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and etc. and get that lined out.
All right, I'm talking to Jim Nosler. He is the brains behind Thacher Does Dylan, a birthday tribute to the songs of Bob Dylan. Sunday, May 17th at Thacher Hall in Yarmouthport. How can people get tickets?
Well, Thacher Hall has got them on their website. Thacher is not like Leaf Thatcher. There's only one T in Thacher, Thacher. I believe it's thatcherhall.org. Okay. And so they have the events ticket links on their site. We can give a pair of tickets away now.
Whoa.
We can give one pair to
So if you're lucky enough to be listening right now and you want to see this event on the May 17th, Sunday, that's 7 p.m. at Thacher Hall, Thacher in Yarmouthport. Give a call 508-487-2619 and claim that pair of tickets to see Jim Nosler live at this Dylan event on Sunday. This is going to be cool, man. Yeah,
it is. It's going to be cool.
And there's the caller. All right, we've got a winner.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. Final thoughts for us, Jim, on the importance of Bob Dylan, even in this day and age.
So didn't he win a Nobel Prize? It's incredible. You think of your show's Road Trippin' Among Southern Roots, and think of, I just would wonder, I think, well, how many miles has Bob Dylan traveled? And it is, 60 plus year career of writing songs. He's been everywhere and written about every country. I just, it'd be interesting to see that mapped out. But we're going to bring our flavor to it Sunday and look forward to it.
Excellent. Jim, thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you Sunday night.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.